welcome to the Disney News Show. Here's your host, CruellasFurCoat.
Yes, this is the Disney News Show. I am Jay Worthington, aka CruellasFurCoat, and this is episode 46 on today, Sunday, the 23rd September 2012. Now, I hope you've all had a fantastic week. I've had a really good week this week. Had a busy day yesterday, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know what I've been up to there. But this week, I did not do any more videos, any other than last week's Disney News Show. I did not pick up anything else. I've not got anything to show you this week, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully, in the weeks to come, I'll be picking up some really cool Disney things to show you guys. But the big release of this week was obviously the Avengers, or Avengers Assemble, on Blu-ray and DVD here in the UK. But I did not pick that up. I know I normally pick up most of the Disney releases on their day of release, which would have been last Monday, but I will get to why I did not pick that up at the end of the show. It's been a big kind of mess up with this whole Blu-ray release, and that'll be coming at the end of the show. But yeah, so I hope you've had a fantastic week. Let me know what you've been up to. Have you done anything cool, any Disney kind of anything this week that'd be interesting? Have you picked up anything? Any Disney items that you want to show me? Just let me know, and I'd love to take a look, or anything like that. It's always really great to hear from you guys, so thank you very much. Had quite a few subscribers as well this week, so thank you very much. If you're watching this for the first time, I hope you enjoy the show, and that you like what you see, and you'll enjoy finding out about all the latest Disney news of the past week. So that's what we're here to do, and we are going to start straight in with the Walt Disney World news. We've got quite a lot of Walt Disney World news as always this week, so we're going to start off, and to celebrate the release of Frankenweenie, which obviously is coming up in a few weeks, a special weekend is being hosted at Walt Disney World's Downtown Disney, actually at the west side, and this will be taking place on September 28th to the 30th, just before the film's release on October the 5th. And this will include a 3D sneak peek of the film, as well as other kind of treats and special items, and the very first appearance of Jack and Sally from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas at Walt Disney World. So this is quite a monumental thing, that actually Jack and Sally, who have been appearing at Disneyland in California and also at Disneyland Paris for quite a few years now, are going to be making their Walt Disney World debut this coming, well, it's going to be this week, isn't it, really? Very soon. That is really, really exciting news there. And to complement that, there's also going to be exclusive screenings of The Nightmare Before Christmas and Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, sorry, at the AMC theatres in downtown Disney for on these nights. And the tickets for these are just going to be $6, and The Nightmare Before Christmas is going to be shown at 4:15 and 8 PM each of the nights, and with Alice in Wonderland at 6:30 and 10:30 PM. So this is great stuff here. I'm really excited to see what happens here, and I know that because California is getting the Frankenweenie exhibition, which looks absolutely phenomenal, that is coming, well no, that's there now, sorry. The Walt Disney World has kind of been a bit overlooked with this because they're not getting the exhibition, but great news that they're getting something kind of unique, something that's going to be good, and hopefully it'll be really enjoyable for everyone who attends. So really looking forward to that. Really can't wait to see photos and things of what is happening at this Frankenweenie weekend. So yeah, great news there, and it's great to see Jack and Sally coming to Walt Disney World finally. So I will keep you up to date next week with if there's any extra details about that weekend. Okay, next, some of you may know that Epcot is celebrating its 30th anniversary on October 1st, obviously this year. And to celebrate the occasion, Disney is hosting a number of special events on the day at the park. And there are actually three free sessions being hosted by D23 for anyone attending Epcot on the day. So it's great that this is just for anyone, it's free, and they're going to be at the World Showplace, and the first is called Designing the Future, which will be held from 1 to 2 PM on the day, and will include a panel of Disney Imagineers. Now, how cool does that sound? I mean, a panel of Disney Imagineers talking about the history of Epcot, the whole legacy, and the whole I mean, Epcot is incredible, isn't it, really? And to have the Imagineers who have designed the park and really brought it to life, they're talking on the 30th anniversary, is going to be phenomenal, and I really cannot wait. So hopefully I'll be able to see some videos of this. I don't know if it'll be allowed, but I mean, filming will be allowed, but I cannot wait to see what happens here. And so that is that. There will then be another named How Epcot Changed the World with Marty Sklar. That's going to be held from 4:30 till 6 PM, and then again from 6:30 till 8 PM. So that's really cool. Obviously, Marty Sklar, big Disney legend, and I'm really excited to see what he has to say at that. At 3 PM, there will also be an anniversary moment at the American Gardens, and at the American Gardens Theatre, sorry, and that's going to feature appearances from Disney leaders. So great news there. Really excited to see what happens. 30th anniversary of Epcot was such a big day, and anyone gets a chance to go down on October the 1st, definitely let me know what it's like. Is it next Monday? I think isn't it next Monday, October the 1st? Yeah, so definitely let me know what goes on there. So, I now have quite a few updates to share with you about the ongoing refurbishment of Disney's Grand Floridian Resort at Walt Disney World. And this, obviously, there's been a lot of things going on over the past few months, and still to come at the resort. But this week, kind of saw a few big changes that I'm going to let you guys know about. And now that Gasparilla's Grill and Games, which is the Grand Floridian's quick service location, is closed, the resort's main bar, the Misner's Lounge, which is up on the first floor, has opened as a temporary quick service location to kind of compensate for the fact that Gasparilla's is closed. And it's got a large selection of sandwiches from what I've heard, and it's quite a big selection for what you would expect from a temporary location. And there's sandwiches, there's salads, there's baked items, ice creams, drinks, there's everything you could want. And it is open from 7 AM to 2 PM. Sorry, not 2 PM, 2 AM, so 7 AM to 2 AM, so it's only closed for 5 hours a day, daily. So anyone who needs their quick service items from the Grand Floridian, be sure to go to Misner's Lounge up on the first floor, and you can go and get all your needs there. So that that's going to be for a couple of months now, I think, maybe until the Gasparilla's reopens. And I will let you know as soon as that happens. Secondly, the beach pool bar and grill has reopened following its refurbishment, and it is now open from 7 AM to 11 PM daily, and it currently has 2 different serving stations. One is for the bar and another for the grill, as you maybe would expect. And with, as I just said, Gasparilla's being closed, the bar is now serving breakfast, lunch and dinner, as well as having a refillable mug station. So it's great to show that, to see that Disney has thought about how many people from the Grand Floridian actually do go to Gasparilla's. I know when we stay at the Grand Floridian, we spend a lot of time just kind of going to get snacks and things. So it's great that obviously the beach pool bar is not too far really from where Gasparilla's used to be. So, always going to be again. So that's great that you can go and get a breakfast, lunch and dinner from that location. Next up, as the fitness centre is now closed, also, a temporary location has been set up in the Grand Floridian's Convention Centre parking lot. And that might sound a bit strange, but it is actually an air-conditioned tent, and is currently open from 6:30 till 10 PM. 6:30 AM till 10 PM daily. And that's going to be until early November. So I know that's kind of maybe a bit strange. I'm sure people won't be able to see what's happening at this tent. I'm not really sure though. I've not seen any pictures, but it's great to see that Disney aren't really letting anyone lose out on anything at the Grand Floridian at the moment while this refurbishment is ongoing. Finally, the entire courtyard pool is now completely walled off for its major refurb. And obviously this is probably one of the biggest pieces of news. Obviously the courtyard pool is the main pool of the Grand Floridian, and also the courtyard bar is closed along with that, and this is expected to reopen in late December. So you've got a couple of months now, 3 months or so, when the courtyard pool and the courtyard pool bar are going to be closed. So please just bear that in mind if you're heading to Walt Disney World soon. I hope I've covered everything that is happening currently at the Grand Floridian, but if anything else is happening, please let me know that if I've forgotten anything. I'll let you guys know in a future episode. Okay, now finally at Walt Disney World, just a quick note on Pirates of the Caribbean, A Magic Kingdom. And there is something based on the newest film in the Pirates series, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, is going to be added to the attraction very soon. Now this kind of was just kind of brought out of nowhere, no one was really expecting this, but we don't yet know what the addition is going to be. But we know that the update will be added overnight, so it can't really be anything really that big, and there will be no disruption to the attractions operating or anything like that. So I'm sure it's just going to be something small, but as soon as we find the details, I'll be telling you guys on the show, and I hope it's something worthwhile. I mean, if it's just going to be put in there overnight, then I don't know if it'll be anything that much of a big deal. But just a quick note if anyone was interested in that. So with that, the Walt Disney World news over, we now have a quick little piece of news from Disneyland California. And Disney's California Adventure Park has been named this week as the 2012 Park of the Year by amusement park publication in Amusement Today. So this is great news that obviously 2012 has been a big year for Disney California Adventure with obviously the new Cars Land and Buena Vista Street reopening. Well, not reopening, but opening. So the park was actually personally picked by the publisher and editor-in-chief of Amusement Today, and it's to be honoured with the Publisher's Pick Award. So I think that's one of the highest ones from this magazine, and it's just great to see Disney California Adventure getting the recognition that it so greatly deserves. And obviously it's fantastic news that that it was worth all this big refurbishment of DCA, and I just think it looks absolutely phenomenal. It has got some of the most detailed areas of any Disney park now, and I mean Cars Land just looks phenomenal, and from what I've heard about Buena Vista Street, it is just mind-blowing. But I'm just so excited to maybe go and visit one day, and we'll have to wait and see there. So yeah, just a quick piece of news there. DCA being named as the 2012 Park of the Year by Amusement Today. Okay, a bit of parks news now regarding both Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and it has been officially announced this week that characters from Disney's 52nd animated classic Wreck-It Ralph will be appearing at Walt Disney World and Disneyland from this November. And two of the characters from the movie, Ralph and Vanellope, will be appearing and will be taking up spots at the two resorts. In Walt Disney World, they will be appearing at the Magic of Disney Animation character greeting location, most probably taking the place of Winnie the Pooh, who has greeted there since last summer. So many of you will know, at the end of the attraction you go through into this big room, you've got Mickey on your left, you've got a space in front of you where Lotso used to be, and then we've got Winnie the Pooh now, and then next I think we're going to be having Wreck-It Ralph, and there's the Incredibles, isn't there, up and around somewhere. So great news that Wreck-It Ralph characters are going to be coming to the parks. At Disneyland, they will be meeting in Tomorrowland at the Tomorrowland Starcade. So so great news that they're coming to the Disneyland Park. And I'm not sure if they will be replacing anyone. I don't think they will be, because I don't think there is anyone really who greets there already. I'm not sure though, I'm not a big expert on Disneyland Park, so please let me know if anything is happening there that I need to be aware of. But yeah, so that is great news there. Wreck-It Ralph will debut, as many of you will know, in theatres on the US on November the 2nd, and we get it here in the UK sometime next year. So that wraps up the news from the American parks, but this week we actually do have some news from Disneyland Paris. And this week saw some major financial information come out of Disneyland Paris, and for once it is actually good news. I know it's quite hard to believe, but let me explain. Whilst the Walt Disney Company are not set to buy out all the Disneyland Paris shares, as was previously speculated, they will be refinancing 1.3 billion euros of the 1.7 billion euros debt which Euro Disney SCA, which is Disneyland Paris's parent company, which they currently acquire. And they're going to be taking over from the banks which currently finance the resort. So this is great news, really, because this is going to really take the running of the resort into the hands of the Walt Disney Company, which, although they will not own the resort, they well, I'll say it's around 40% of the shares they actually own. They will become kind of major players in the future of the resort. And this is now going to give Disneyland Paris the money it needs to drastically expand the resort, given a longer lending term, also less restrictive financial commitments and reduced interest payments. So it means that Disneyland Paris is now actually going to be able to spend more money on investing, on making the resort have a really bright future, and that they will be able to borrow the money from the Walt Disney Company. And so it's great that the Walt Disney Company does still have a lot of trust, and they really do see there's loads of great things happening at Disneyland Paris at the moment, and they are willing to do this is great. So I will keep you guys up to date. Hopefully we will now see some new things coming to the Walt Disney Studios Park, as well as some updates to Disneyland Park. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Because we haven't seen any updates for a long time now at Disneyland Park, and I would really love to see something new coming. I mean, even just Star Tours, The Adventure Continues would be a step in the right direction, but something new, a new attraction would be great. So I will keep you guys up to date with what is going to be happening there at Disneyland Paris over the coming weeks. Hopefully we will get a bit of news soon about maybe what is going to happen. But this deal between Euro Disney SCA and the Walt Disney Company is going to be happening on the 28th of September. So not 28th, sorry, I think it was the 27th. Was it 27th? 27th, 28th. To kind of finalise this, to make it official. So in a couple of days, hopefully we might know a bit more information. But there we go, a bit of news now from Disneyland Paris, and we're now moving over to the movies news, and we now have some official confirmation from the Pixar director Andrew Stanton that Pixar is going ahead with the sequel to its 2003 movie Finding Nemo. Now, we've known since July, there's been a lot of rumours that that a sequel has been planned, but Andrew Stanton was heard talking this week about the sequel, and so we now definitely know that it is going ahead. And he has said that he doesn't want, well, it isn't a response to the flop that was John Carter, which obviously he directed. I mean, we all know it did very poorly at the box office, so he doesn't want it to be seen as a response to that. But I don't know, I really don't know. I'm still in two minds about this. I know I spoke quite a bit back in July about my thoughts on this, but it's definitely going ahead now. Nothing we can do, I mean, nothing I can do to stop them doing this. But if there is a good plot, if it is great characters and it is great, a great story that needs to be told, then I guess it can only be good. But it is being rumoured that Finding Nemo 2 will be released in 2016 due to Pixar's packed release schedule. I mean, they've got movies coming everywhere now. I mean, they've got loads of stuff on their plate, and it looks like Finding Nemo 2 will be waiting until 2016 till then. So they've got a lot of time to get this right, haven't they? And I really hope it is right, and I really hope it does well, for Andrew Stanton's sake, really. But I'll keep you guys up to date with anything that we find out about that. Next up, we have some really fantastic news, and it's something which I have been eagerly awaiting for ages. It is the official start of production of Disney's Saving Mr. Banks, and oh my god, this movie is going to be incredible. Information regarding this movie has been actually quite securely guarded until now, but we also have confirmation that Tom Hanks will be playing Walt Disney. And if you don't know what this movie is about, it is going to be, it's going to be a chronicle of Walt Disney's time securing the film rights to author P.L. Travers' Mary Poppins books. And obviously, if you know a lot about Disney history, it was a long and hard struggle for Walt Disney to acquire the rights, and it is just going to be a story which everyone needs to know, and that I cannot wait to see how they do this on film. And it was actually confirmed earlier this year that Emma Thompson will be playing P.L. Travers, and I think that having Tom Hanks as Walt Disney and then P.L. Travers, P.L. Travers being played by Emma Thompson are going to be a fantastic pair, and I cannot wait to see what happens with this. I don't know when it's been released. There may be a release date that I have not picked up on this week, but I presume it's going to be either early 2014 or late 2014 when this is going to be released. So let's wait and see. And so I'll keep you posted on any new information regarding Saving Mr. Banks. Okay, one little bit of Blu-ray news, and as I mentioned at the start of the show, the Avengers, or Avengers Assemble, as it was called here in the UK, was released on Blu-ray and DVD here in the UK this past Monday. And it's going to be released on Blu-ray in the US on Tuesday this week. That is going to be the 25th of September. And I am not going to be buying this release. That's just the simple way to put it. There have been a lot of things have gone wrong with this release. So much so that this took up a place on the news on Watchdog this past week on BBC. And so many people have complained and have shown their disappointment towards Disney that Watchdog thought it was right for them to kind of raise the awareness to everyone. And some of you may not know what the big problem is, but the release here in the UK has not got the second disc of bonus features. We have lost out on documentary. There are only about 3 bonus features on this Blu-ray, and there is also the censored scene, and it is that scene that has really made me not want to buy it. But I don't think there'll be any censoring on the US release, but UK fans, I mean, why have we been so shoved to one side? I mean, why do they not care about us when it comes to releases of this fantastic film? I mean, it is incredible. It is the highest grossing film of the year so far, and it really deserves a fantastic release on Blu-ray. And is it because it is Disney's department who have been given the rights to distribute this on Blu-ray? I don't know, but I am really so disappointed. And I know I could import it from the US, but the import fees are just too expensive at the moment that I don't have enough money to be importing from the US for everything. But I would just love to see a great release of this here in the UK. We also didn't get any disc art on the Blu-ray, which I know we were expecting really. But and that if you don't know which scene was censored, then there are lots of images online. You can go and check that out. But the stupid thing is that the censoring did not change the certificate. The film was shown in the cinemas here in the UK with not being censored, and it was a 12A, and it shouldn't have been changed. And I really don't, I'm not going to get into too much of a rant about this today. I know I've already ranted a bit, but if you picked it up, I mean, let me know what your thoughts were. I'm just telling you guys, I won't be buying this at the moment. I mean, I don't think how long I'll be able to wait for it to come out, but I don't know, before I buy it, I mean. But there we go. So if you want it from the US, it's being released on Blu-ray, 3D, Blu-ray and DVD and digital copy, I'm pretty sure it will be, in the US on Tuesday. So there we go. Sorry for the bit of a rant, but it really has annoyed me. So there we go. That is pretty much all the news from Disney this week, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found out some interesting stuff. Please let me know what all your thoughts on these things are. I love hearing from you guys. It really does make it worthwhile doing this. When you guys leave me a bit of feedback or decide to write a comment or something, just write a little comment, and it really does help to improve the show and everything like that. So thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget to tune in next week for next week's episode. That'll be episode 47. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter for Disney updates as well as non-Disney things, then the link will be down below. I'm at CruellasFurCoat, and so that is good stuff there. Yeah, so don't forget to leave me any feedback. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.